Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 3 crazy rescue dogs, rescue cat, rescue kitty pigs, who likes to craft in her spare time, has gone back to school to learn ASL, and is trying to train for Ironman. And if you're new here, welcome. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It's somewhere down there. What it does is it sends me a message, it boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could really use that. And if you're returning, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. Holy Moses. Um, yeah, it's been a week. Ended up back in the ER. Um, Found out some things, have to follow up on some things. The reason I was not getting better is that I had a partially collapsed lung. I'm not quite sure how that happens. I think what has happened is that everything lung-wise just sort of spawned some things. So lots of rest, lots of extra meds, lots of follow-ups. The other thing is, one of the reasons I have an internal loop recorder is because what is it? It's the Q sinus rhythm in your heart. Mine is just slightly longer than it should be, so it's sort of like a pause. If I understand the whole thing right, and that has flared up and showed up, and so I have to again follow up with the cardiologist. I have to again follow up with. I have to try and find a pulmonologist who will return a phone call, takes my insurance, and has an opening before the end of July. All of that to say, I am behind on work. I desperately need to catch up. It won't take me much. The problem is what happened last week. It was, I started feeling better. I started to try and get all caught up on school because we're coming up on exams. Last week is our last week for the semester, and I've got one project, a final, and one assignment to catch up, and then I've got the normal assignments that are due this last week. Yeah. So we've got that. Plus, I've got, court stuff. I've got to get. Okay, y'all, I need some prayers. We need some income. We need some new clients coming through the door. And ideally, my friend they have challenged me, 2 friends who have done this, they have challenged me to bring in either an extra retainer over what is my normal goal by the end of the month. Hello, it's the 23rd, so I have like a week, or 2 wills, like estate planning. If I do that, that actually will not only catch up everything bill-wise from when I've been sick and not having that income, but also will set me up to be able to start building up my savings again. So that would be a good thing. So fingers crossed that we can do this. Let's see what else is going on. For exams, we have yeah. I thought I sold the old dryer. I did list it on Marketplace, but the person didn't show up. That's kind of frustrating. Actually, it's really frustrating. I went and looked at 3 houses yesterday. None of them are going to work. The first one, I was actually coming down the upstairs steps, and I missed the couple bottom steps, and yeah, wiped out. Not the best thing to do with my back. My right quad is, and my tailbone is really sore today. The second house, honestly, y'all, I fell in love with it. It's an 1850s Victorian house. Did it need a lot of work? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did. But it had like the leaded glass windows and the old hardwood floors. And in one of the rooms, they had started peeling back some of the wallpapering, and it still had some of the wallpaper that was original to the house. The problem is that there was some foundation issues, and it was very apparent. And that is more money and more work than I can handle. So that sucked. And then the third house I walked in, it was so weird, and I just got bad juju vibes. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna follow my gut, y'all. I've gotta follow my gut and some things. And so the realtor's already sent us over a couple more properties that we'll go look at. One of the things is I think the market is starting to go again towards the buyer. Um, Prices here in Oakland County, Michigan are insane. um, are just absolutely insane. And so I may need to look at not being in Oakland County, and that's okay. Um, we have expanded where I'm willing to look. Um, One moment. Um, and we're also looking at, even if I can find like a duplex or some sort of multifamily living that I can make work for my family primarily, but then also rent out, you know, what that will mean is that I can buy more house, but I also can subsidize my mortgage with the rental income, and that makes financial sense. Um, so I'm trying to approach it very practically. So, I have the luxury that I don't have to move right away, so I can wait to find the right house. I'm also not tied to a specific area. Because as we've talked about, moving my office anyways. So I have a lot of things working in my favor. So yeah. I'm looking forward to the summer. I only have 2 classes. The boy had, so the kids had a concert Friday night. It was actually, I have to give our community college, the symphony band, they bring in, community members can also play in the symphony band and stuff. It is really a great performance. It's usually about an hour and a half. It's never like super, super ungodly long. It was really good. My son had several solos, which is kind of nice. I mean, his skills have come a long way because the other French horn players in the section are actually community members. So they've let him take on a lot more of the solos rather than them taking them, even though they have more experience. They want his skills to get better. They want him to grow, knowing what he wants to do with his career. And they're very supportive of him and showing him things and helping him build his skills. And they have also allowed him to be the section leader, which is kind of nice. A little boost of self-esteem, which, is nice. My son is also the symphony music librarian. So, lots of extra stuff there. So it was really cool. And then this was my first time where my daughter was performing in an orchestra or symphony band again, in a long time. And so to see her playing and hear her playing was really cool as well. Sorry, trying to do everything and be everything. You all know how I am. The little kids are out playing outside, it's kind of nice to hear, but it will trigger my dog bells, because they want to go out and play. But my problem is that my little girl, they make her nervous, and so she hides like behind me. She wants to, but like she's too shy. My big girl she doesn't realize how big she is, and she scares them. so um so yeah. Let's see what else. So we are allowed to bike now for 15 minutes. I don't know how well that's going to, we've worked up to 15 minutes. That's pretty darn good, actually. I don't know how that's going to work with my quad and whatever. Because I clip in, it's a different, you're hitting different muscles than if I was just flat, like on flat normal pedals. So it's a little bit more quad activation on, I think. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to try it. That's all we can do is try it. Yeah. And then I'm recording earlier on a Sunday because I need to get homework done. So that I don't have to stress about it the next couple of days, and I can just focus on my final exam Tuesday night, because I know that's going to be, it's our linguistics class, and that's a tough class. So, yeah. So, trying to think what else. Do I have any FFOs? I do not. I don't. It just, yeah, I don't. I do, however, have a lot of stitching. And I did not pull out my sewing machine as of yet. It's just, it's a little difficult. Well, it's heavy. Honestly, it's just heavy, and I'm lazy. Plus, I have to clear off part of my table and again, like where my computer is, and rearrange things. And it's kind of hot. So there's the one conductor. He's taught for 55 years. He retired officially. It was a very good concert. Again, very good concert. What is hysterical though is on the back of they list the members. My son's last name is the same as my daughter's, but they're not spelled the same. So I was laughing. I was laughing so hard when I saw that. I had, of course, I have a good rapport with their conductor, Mr. McCoy, because, William's been in the band for forever, it feels like. But him and I have talked many a times on Monday afternoons, like before or after, because I have class on Monday nights and stuff. So it was good. So I did work on Bruno's sweater. I am past the first 4 rows of the ribbing all the way around. So now I'm stuck on the directions say row 5, knit 2, in my case 22 stitches from end, W and T. But when I looked at what that means, it's wrap and turn. Bring the yarn to the front, slip the next stitch from left to right needle and bring the yarn to the back. Slip wrapped stitch back to the left needle and turn. Because I have to build this portion. That's all that's left, and then to put to sew under the arms. There's the little hole that you get when you make the sleeves. Wrap in my ends. I don't know how to block a sweater, but it's a baby sweater. Do I really need to block it? And if so, how? Help. And then I'll have to sew on the little buttons. But it's so cute, you all. So that is my mission. I don't know if my Wednesday night class, I know we're going to be in person this week. Last week we were not. Our teacher had, which is really difficult because we had to do a cold, like, interpreting, voicing of a speech of a video that she had for us. But you're like this because you got it on a Zoom call screen. What I've discovered is that when we need to do things like that from home, I need to find a bigger monitor for my computer and somehow figure out how to attach that. But we all know how I am with technology, so I don't know. So hopefully by the next, so anyways, on Wednesday nights, I have my class, but in the other class that's at the same time is the knit shop owner. And she said if I got into trouble, like if I had trouble, I could ask her. And I feel bad asking her at class. I mean, I guess I could go up to her shop. It's not that far. Actually, it's on the way to my office. And ask for help, but I feel bad. So I don't know. I got a new water cup. It holds like 32 ounces. It's kind of crazy. It's not a it's a knockoff Stanley, but it works really well. I got each of us one because I got it on a really good Amazon deal, and the boy child loves his already. He likes it better than his previous one. I don't care, as long as we're drinking more water, that's all that matters, right? Stay hydrated, folks. Stay hydrated. Okay, so that was that. So then the other thing that I worked on is for Jessica's 40th perfect, PURRFECT, birthday sale. I am doing the kitty string because she's picked 4 different cat-related pieces, and the one that she picked that I happened to own, it was already on my agenda to stitch at some point, is the kitty string from Lizzie Kate. As you can tell, I have converted my first cat because the first cat in the pattern is actually an orange tabby. I changed it. Mine is a little gray tabby because that was actually my first cat ever. And then his little bird. Now, I did change his beak. It was supposed to be a cross stitch. I don't know that you can't really tell what I did. But I did a V because that made sense to me. You can't even tell. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. And you can see my cruddy stitches. So whatever. It makes me happy. It's my craft. So we've made it past the first cat. I don't know why this one is taking so long. I really don't. It's not been one I've been grabbing, and I'm not sure why. But it's going to be on my mission. We have a lot to talk about. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. So the other one that I've been working on is Summertime. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches, because my goal is to have it so that I can ring the bell at StitchCon. I started this last year at StitchCon, and that's the other thing. If we, I may need to, as much as I don't want to, I may need to, if I don't get some cash flow, we may need to cancel StitchCon. And that's terrifying. So anyway, so yeah, so send good juju. So we're working on Summertime by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I got in Slice of up here on the top. I know, not a significant amount of progress, but it's progress, and progress is progress. I do love this piece so much. It brings me joy. It makes me think of my friends from StitchCon. It makes me think of summer, which I absolutely love. I mean, it's just, this piece just brings me happiness. It is stitched on a Fortnite fabric in the color Sea Glass. Okay. Oh, there's more. There's more, y'all. Oh, God, there's more. Okay. So, we have been working away on WhipGo. We're making good progress. So what I've decided, usually it's days. I do 10 days. I'm doing 10 stitching sessions because sometimes I can throw stitches in the morning and sometimes I can throw them again at night. And usually if I work on the same project, I count those as just one day. Those are broke up by more than an hour. If it is more than an hour, it's 2 separate stitching days. So these are 10 sessions. That's how I have to do it. Right now, I'm just overwhelmed with everything right now and being sick. So I'm okay with that. Progress is progress. It's my rule. My board, my rules, as Jessie says. So I'm doing 10 sessions. Right now I have 6 more to go this month to catch up on my WhipGo goals. 6 more days or sessions on Jeep Van Gogh and 6 more days on Rosie. This is Jeep Van Gogh. Amy, okay, first of all, some of these floss tubers, I'm mad at you all. Just so you all know, not that you all watch me, whatever. I'm mad at y'all. You cannot have me get invested in your life and your stitching and then disappear for like far too long. It stresses me out. Like, are you okay? How do I know? Like, it stresses me out. Don't do it, please. Like, I don't care if you have to change your filming from every week to like once a month for 5 minutes just to prove that you're alive and okay. Get on and just send me a message that says, didn't get much stitching done. It's okay. But I'm good. I'm good. We're just working hard. Because it freaks me out. So, I got in. So, Jeep Van Gogh is a picture of Van Gogh's Starry Night with a red Jeep in the corner. This is how wide Jeep Van Gogh is. Hey, it fits. Okay. So I have been trying to stay focused in here and get it all filled in. As you can tell, we are making progress on that. But I got a little tired of the blue, so I did come over here and work a bit in the yellow. It is coming along. I mean, it's gotten more love in the last 2 months than it had all of last year. So, um, really excited. The thing, because I know it's just purely for me. It's just a pure selfish stitch. It is going on my wall. It is all about me. Um, if I don't have it slated like for a whip go or something, I tend to pull other pieces that I know are gifts or um, things for my kids first. So, okay. So if you are playing along with me, we play 52 card whip pickup, wherein I have listed 52 of my whips, including quilting whips, including knitting whips, on index card, associated them with a playing card. And every week I pull something to work on, just an extra piece that week. As long as I get one session in, we're good. This last week was a self-love sampler by Birdie's Crossing, and I actually got a page finish on it. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this in here. At the end, maybe I'll go in and I may change it, but I did add in this color peach down here. The colors are much better. It's not an oatmeal Ada. The colors are much better in person. I did gold diamond for the bird. So we did get a page finish. I don't remember how many pages this chart is. It is on Etsy. It's by Birdie's Crossing. She's fantastic. She's got some great samplers. If you are looking for some different samplers, it's 9 pages, 10 pages. This is the whole thing when it's done. I don't have the actual cover. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 9 pages. So I have 8 more to go. Now, 3 of those are just small partial pages. So this will go away again. I don't know when it will come back out. I may actually use this for Mental Health May. Because I think self-esteem is important when you're talking about mental health. Okay. And self-love is important. Okay. Oh, so while we're at it, let's just go ahead and pull. Okay, so this next week we'll be looking at the Jack of Clubs. For me, that is By the Sea. This was a sale that by four boys and an NL girl. It is super, super cute. My frame all lined up. That's all good. My lobster is not centered, and the more I think about it, I think I am going to rip him out and redo him. So I think the sale is still available as a whole PDF, like as a whole file. And I want to say it was from 2021, the year that I started all the sales. It felt like all the sales. And I finished none of them. Yeah. So this will be a focus piece this week, in addition to my Whip Go pieces. So, okay. So I have already done my sing-a-song sampler. I am doing the sing-a-song sampler by Silver Creek Stitches. I am selling this with Tina Frazier. I have noticed, again, the uptick in those of us who are stitching it. I know that Shiloh, who is Stitch MD, is stitching this. Erin from Two Martini Stitchers is stitching it. I don't know where she is on that piece. I don't remember who else. I'll be honest. I am not doing the called for colors. I am doing a conversion that is loosely, very, very loosely, based on one that I saw on Jan Hicks' blog. Jan Hicks Creates. I still haven't figured out what this bee charm is. I think, at this point, I think it was just a little extra, thanks for shopping with us thing, which is super cute, but I think that's what it is, which is fine. Absolutely fine. So I am currently working on Fa, A Long, Long Way to Run. I worked on it this morning as I was waking up and taking meds and all of that. So this is where we are. I am going to try to finish the wording down here for Fa, which would then just only leave, and I am making the girl, I'm going to turn her into a boy. That sounds so bad. My runner will be male because my son is also a runner and this piece is for him. So it makes more sense, even though I'm a runner. And I run more than, well, right now we both run about the same, which is to say, not really. But my hope is to get way 2 stitched together, stitched today, and then next week all I'll have to do is my person. Because I could probably get in the ground today as well. It's weird because the ground, she's got it stitched in like a gray. And I know that's supposed to be the pavement. I get that. But around here, for the most part, I run on a trail that's local to me, which is a fantastic trail. We had a bunch of railroad tracks that they converted the rails to trails. That's what they literally call it, rails to trails. And it's a fantastic system. So I may change out the dirt, make this more dirt looking, not necessarily grass, but more dirt. So like the brown. And then I don't know if my son is going to want to be wearing blue. He generally runs in black shorts with a red t-shirt. I don't know why. It's my kid. I don't know. I don't question it. So I may change that. And clearly his hair, the person will have to be a ginger because my son is a ginger. So lots of converting to do. But that's where we're hoping. I'm hoping to get, like I said, the way 2 in here and maybe even the dirt. I don't think I'll get my person in today. It would be fantastic if I did, but I don't know. Depends on how tonight goes. Like I said, once Sing a Song Sampler is done, my Sundays will turn into stocking Sundays. Oh, there's still more. There's still more craziness happening here. Okay, so in here is my piece, Rosie. For those of you who have never seen Rosie before, Rosie is the truck in this picture. This is a gift for a friend. It is on my Whipco board several months, and that's okay because I want to have it done this year. I have been working down in this corner. I think this is on like a 20 count Ada. So this is almost all completely filled in because what I realized is that some of my counting got way off. I don't know how. I don't know how. It is what it is. So in order to fix that going forward, I have chosen to sort of really focus on filling in and finishing this section here. So that's my needle. Because I stitch in hand, needle minders don't work on my fabric because it doesn't work really well. At least I haven't figured out how to make it work. So I still tuck my needles into the sides. I know, it's probably the worst thing I could do. It's not the worst thing I could do in life, but it is what it is. But I have gotten all, like, it looks so good. Like, look at that. It really does look like a truck. An old truck girl. Does it not? Like, it's really cool. So I love that piece. Okay. So that is actually the last of my stitching. However, I got an I got a finish last week. Those of you who were with me last week know that I was worried about running out. Clearly not an issue. Clearly not an issue. What was an issue is somehow I have like 3 different areas where it has, like, I could pull from to get floss. Like, that was driving, and it's still driving me nuts because I'm like, why? Why is this like this? I don't understand. Okay, but clearly I had enough and did not need to be worrying. What am I talking about? I'm talking about my little Daruma doll. This is called For Good Luck by Jonesy Diary. And it's a Chinese doll? Japanese? So it works perfect for Stitch Asia. Now that it's done, for the time being, I'm not going to worry about FFOing him. I'm going to get his little eyeball magnet and I'm going to put it on there and make my wish. When my wish comes true, then he gets the other magnet to cover this eyeball. Traditionally speaking, when you make a Daruma doll, they're usually painted like little ones, almost as if it was the Asian version of a Matryoshka doll, but with the wish going with it, because you don't make a wish on a Matryoshka doll. But that's what they remind me of, like that. The little wooden, whatever, maybe I'm just crazy. Okay, so the red is for general health and prosperity. So it's just a general color. You can stitch them in different colors rather than red. And each of the colors mean different things. I may, in the future, not right now. Right now, Kelly can't do it. Stitch more of these in different colors. In the different, depending on what I need. But right now, I just have the general For Good Luck. And that's okay. Because don't we all need this? But it's such a cool pattern. And it's so, it's sparkly. It's sparkly. I love it. Love it. Okay, so that was my finish. So now you're like, okay, so Kelly's done, right? No, Kelly is not done. Kelly has been designing. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in third person. We all know who I am. Okay, so I have been designing, and I listed this. The first one is already up in my Etsy shop. I am working on the model stitch, but I wanted to get it up and out there. I think it's absolutely hysterical. Clearly, because I designed it, I think it's absolutely hysterical. Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this, but it's, Sir, dost thou even hoist? Dost thou? I think it's hysterical. So I have to still work on the model stitch. This is the mock-up from Pattern Keeper. It is Pattern Keeper compatible. So, yeah. So check out my Etsy shop. I will link that below. The other thing that I have started to come up with, and I have been kicking around this idea for a while, but I finally just sat down. I was like, yes, we definitely need to do this. Yes, I do have 2 different drinks going on right now. But I'm on more prednisone. And yeah, last night, you would not believe the amount of water and pop I drank because I'm just so thirsty. And I taught my son that if you take, okay, and there is no judgment about certain things on this channel, and what you eat is one of them. So if you don't like what I'm going to tell you, just don't eat it, okay? But you don't need to tell me how gross it is. Now, on the other hand, if you fall in love with this snack, please share that you love this snack. Okay. So you take Cheez-Its, which I have been craving for like the last week, which I don't generally crave. Anyways. Okay, so you take the Cheez-Its and you dip it in a little bit of ranch dressing, and then you take that Cheez-It with the ranch dressing and you dip it into like real bacon bits. Not the crappy, crunchy, nasty ones. You have to get the real bacon bits. And you dip them in and you eat them. And I now have my son totally in love with this. And I'm like, look, there's a reason that you need to look to your parents for snack food, because we have done the most, okay, I shouldn't say all of us, but many of us have done we're poor college students eating weird combinations of food late at night while studying. And so we've tried things that you wouldn't normally think to put together, but really do work. And so now he's hooked on those. I also have him hooked on Hamburger Helper tuna tetrazzini. This last time I had to make it with canned chicken rather than tuna because that's what I had it on hand. That to me is pure comfort food. And the problem is I can hardly ever find the tuna tetrazzini mix, the Hamburger Helper. And I have no idea how to make tetrazzini otherwise. None. If it doesn't come in the Hamburger Helper box, I don't know. But he's now obsessed with it as well. And when I'm really on point with my tuna tetrazzini, I add, again, no judgment, canned mushrooms. Like you drain them and just throw them in the pot with the tuna and the noodles and everything. And sliced green olives. Now I love green olives, but it gives that salty, like extra zing to it. My son won't eat it with the green olives, but he likes added mushrooms. Okay, we're not judging. Okay, so we've been eating weird foods because prednisone makes mom eat weird things, and then I take the kids along with my weirdness. So, okay, so what else have I been designing? Well, I think that we as cross stitchers, and I think we as adults, I loved earning badges as a Girl Scout. My kids loved as Scouts earning badges, so I have decided that I'm going to start designing cross stitch badges, and you can collect them and make your own little sash or your own little pins out of them, and I think that's just freaking awesome. And some of them, and the plan is to even write up like how you earn your badge kind of thing. Like, yeah. So my first one that will be coming out soon is I made coffee. Because sometimes adulting is hard. And the next one I designed was I drank water. And I think these are hysterical. So my plan is I may have to start enlisting friends to stitch like model stitches for me because I can't keep up with everything. And that's okay. So my plan is for StitchCon, I'll have my little waxes to pass out from Hillbilly Candle Company. And we're doing floss tags. And I'm hoping to build like the little paper truck from each for each table that I'll set with your little, like I'll just put your little truck because I'm going to be there on Thursday, God willing. I'll just set them up and that. But I want to do a little postcard of one that says "Stitched with a friend," as my freebie pattern to sort of draw business into the things. But my goal is like, they're going to be funny. They're like, got dressed today, took a shower today, didn't punch my coworker. Like, they're going to be funny. So if you have a badge idea, let me know, because clearly, this is going to be an ongoing series. My thought is that I will group them like in maybe sets of 3 that kind of go together, rather than selling them each individually, because that's just going to be, I don't know. Which way would you rather have? Would you rather pay like $5 for a pattern of 3 little badges, or would you rather pay for like $2 a badge? Let me know. That would be good information to have feedback. Or is that too much? Am I asking too much for my patterns? Like, let me know that feedback too. So yeah. The other thing is I've started to go through some of my cross stitch patterns and like things that have been gifted to me, and I am amassing a little basket full. So I think I'm narrowing in on 400 subscribers, which, I'm not here to necessarily do it for subscribers, but at the same time, I like, so my plan is, and I know I still owe one, I have to send out one prize from before, So, but I'm going to put my little basket together, and when we reach 400, we'll do some giveaways. And then obviously when I reach 500, I will do more giveaways. And if by on the off chance I ever hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll do a whole lot more. And we'll just keep doing that. So, um, but yeah. So this week, here's the thing. So if you give me feedback on the pattern ideas and what I've asked, you had to have watching, I will send you um, a scissor fob similar to this one. It will be the same like colors with the little I love you symbol on the bottom for your scissors that I will make for you and I will send. How cute is that? So go ahead and but you have to like and subscribe to my channel. You must be over 18. I don't want to have to deal with any of that logistics. So you have to be over 18. You have to like and subscribe the channel. You have to answer the questions. You cannot use any of those those trigger words, giveaway, like none of that. Don't use that, please, because I will delete your comment and that really sucks. What else? There may be other things in the little basket. Like I'll put together a little, yeah. So that's, and if you could even go over to my Etsy shop and follow it, that would be awesome because that helps the analogs over there. And here's the other question. Would you rather do Etsy where I set the price, or would you rather do Gumroad where you can pay what you want? Because my fear with Gumroad is like then you're putting in all this work for patterns and people may not pay. Like, because you have the right to just pay nothing. And I get it. Like, look, I'd rather have people stitching than not stitching because they can't afford it. But at the same time, like, I have bills to pay too. And I'm looking at buying a house. Oh my God. And things like that. So, let me know your thoughts on those as well. I also have a couple full coverage patterns that I'm thinking of charting. And if only I had more time. The other question is, for those of you who use WinStitch to design your patterns, is there, like I do it on my laptop and you're sitting there clicking, is there a way, somebody said you can link WinStitch with Canva, and that Canva I could actually use like a stylus to color in areas and whatnot. Is that true? Is Canva worth it? Or is that just another program that I'm going to be frustrated? And then if you are going to Weekend Bee, and I know that Rin is going, Nicole and Stephanie, because we are all in the same little group, I think most of our table from last year is going. I also heard Jessie from Bobo Stitches, who I absolutely adore following, is also coming. I'm bummed, Tina, that you're not coming, but I totally understand why. But maybe, I don't know how far you live from where StitchCon is, but maybe we can meet up and go to McDonald's for a soda or a coffee or something. I don't know. I did go ahead and order Tiny Town or Our Town from Keepsakes. But that's not in. Obviously, that was a pre-order, but it's cute. It's cute. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit to make it more my town rather than Cincinnati, which I don't go to very regularly. My other goal is on my way down on Thursday is to stop at my old law school and get those forms filled out and maybe buy a sweatshirt so that I can start sporting my law school again. At least a sticker for my car, because that would be really cool. And I guess there's a Stitchy shop in Finley. Can somebody verify that? That I'd like to stop in. And if I wait till Sunday, they'll be closed. So that's why I'm hoping to get on the road early Thursday morning. And at some point go ride a trail that's near the Cincinnati, the convention, just even if I only spend an hour on the trail or a half hour on the trail, to earn my badge for Elmo, because that's my boy. So last week, the cleaning and organization thing that I was going to do was at least list, and I did. I listed the dryer. So pray that that gets sold because that's a nice chunk of change. Um, I don't remember what the other thing was. I don't remember. Shit, I don't remember. So now here's the other thing. Now I have this chair that I do like the chair. It needs to be refinished on the little casters. It's an antique chair. Um, and put casters on the bottom, which wouldn't be much work. But I was like, I don't need the chair for here. I have like, do I sell it? And then if I get like when we get the new house, what happens when we're short chairs? Like, will I be kicking myself that I got rid of the chair? But I'm like, I could sell it, and that's another, $50, ideally, maybe more. I mean, I know it's worth it more, but whatever. And I think I found all of the pieces to put together one of the missing drawers that's here. So I'm gonna see about that. I'll get out my glue gun again because we all know how Kelly does repairs. Glue gun and Gorilla Glue. Um. So yeah, we're slowly. So I don't know. I'll tackle. There's a box in a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket over there that I could tackle this next week without at least the bucket, without minimal craziness. Oh, I took back all the rest of the pop bottles. That was the other thing. So yeah, so we'll tackle the $5 orange bucket, and that will be my cleaning and organization project of the week. I know it doesn't sound like much, but when you're in finals and trying to do everything else, that is a lot. And we'll keep trying to get a hold of the pulmonologist. As far as stitching, we're going to still stay on Jeep Van Gogh and Rosie, and finish out our Whip Go goals. Obviously, I'm going to be pulling out By the Sea today, which will be good, and I will keep designing badges and model stitching. And I'm totally excited. So, again, you know what to do. We'll talk to you guys next week. As always, you can feel free to reach out to me at His Princess Kelly on Instagram. And yeah. Oh, that also finishing the room model brings me up to the 4 out of the 12, which is my goal when doing the challenge from Michelle Gareth from Bendy Stitchy. So 4 out of 12. That means only 8 more to finish by the end of the year. Thanks. We can do it. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great week. I hope everybody's staying healthy, happy, and well.